What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now on today's episode, I don't think this subject has been covered too well on YouTube. So anyways, right behind me we got an Oakley sunglass display cabinet. I picked this thing up used in South Carolina for a pretty good price. Now there's not too much content out there of how to restore these things, so we're going to go over the details of this cabinet. I'm going to show you how to do a light restoration on this display case, and I think the results are going to speak for themselves. So let's go ahead, give you guys a tour of this Oakley display case, and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so here we have it. Oakley display case. This is the Megatower 3.0 double. Now only authorized sunglass and eyeglass Oakley dealers are able to purchase these things, so they're hard to come by. Now this is the double tower. As you can see, it's got two doors. Now there is a single tower which has one door to it, and it's got a different lighting configuration. The double is a little bit more rare, but the singles a little bit more frequent on the marketplace. All right, so let's go over the details of this cabinet. So on the far left panel right here, you got a mirror. So I guess when you're trying on eyeglass, sunglasses, you can, take a look, see how they look on their face and, overall body image. You can probably change this out to a clear acrylic unit if you want to. Okay, so start with the top of the cabinet right here. You got these white acrylic Oakley letters. Now there is some lighting on the top of the cabinet, which basically illuminates these letters. Now these letters are found on the front and on the back side of the unit. And then moving south, we got two acrylic swing out doors. These are made of acrylic plastic, not glass, so more robust. And this unit did come with two keys, by the way. And then moving down here on the bottom, you got a lockable bottom cabinet right here, so we can open this thing up. And you got a lot of storage space right there. So I believe stores can store the sunglasses and eyeglasses down there for some storage capacity. Now these doors are made of sheet metal. Same thing with the right-hand door. And this cabinet right here, it's actually made of sheet metal as well. So this cabinet is not made of wood. So you would think it's made of wood looking at this thing from far away, especially with this, I guess, shape down here in the lower legs. So this is like a light gauge metal right here. And then speaking of the metal, this is basically finished in like a matte, rough finish. So it's a very nice finish to it. Now, many of these cabinets for sale, these things are really heavily scuffed up from being moved, public kicking these things and whatnot, but these things have a rough life. But the lady I purchased this from, I believe she's got an eyeglass place down in South Carolina. Anyways, it was in fantastic shape from the pictures, and sure enough, I showed up to pick it up, and man, I'm really impressed. But anyways, speaking of the purchase, I think this thing was advertised for $400. I sent the lady a message saying, will you take $300? And she accepted. So I sent her a deposit, and I wasn't able to pick it up for a week later. So she was very nice to hold on to this thing because I was basically taking a family vacation down south for Thanksgiving. And I think she was only an hour and a half away from the highway I need to go to. So the lady was very generous to help me get this thing outside the store and help me load up on the truck bed. And then from there, I was able to safely strap this thing down the truck bed and get the thing wrapped up in blankets for a safe journey home. So from South Carolina to Virginia, we're home safe and sound. Okay, so the plans for restoration on this cabinet, let me show you what's going on. All right, so this cabinet did come with 4 glass shelves. They're inside wrapped up in the safety blanket right now, just for safekeeping. So it did come with shelving. And there's actually a white acrylic panel on the bottom right here. I believe these fluorescent lights are supposed to shine a light upwards. I'm not sure if I'm gonna replace these lights right here because I don't want too much light in the cabinet. I'm really focused on the top lights. Now the top lights right here are a recessed MR16 2-inch. Now I think originally these things came with halogen lights, and these lights right here light up fantastic. I think these are a 6-watt, 300 lumens. And then inside 2 of the spaces, I believe, there was some like cheapo lights. Let me show you what's going on. So these are the 2 cheapo lights that weren't illuminating quite well. I think these are rated at 5-watt, but as you can see, there's 3 LEDs in there. And if you can take a closer look at the lights that light up pretty well, there's only a single LED in there, so I think these are a narrow floodlight. And then how these lights are held in place, you got these snap rings. So essentially what you want to do is you want to feed your light up there, and then once the light's fed up there, you basically take this clip and you put in this notch right there. So put in that notch, and you basically push on this and just basically lock the light in place. I don't know if you can see right there on the good light right there. But anyways, I ordered some replacement MR16 lights from Amazon. They sent me the wrong lights. They're the wrong pin configuration, so I think there's 2 pin setups for these MR16s. There's these straight edges right here, and there's basically pins that have little notches on the end. So they sent me the ones with the notches on the end, even though the picture in the ad showed, you know, the straight pins, so I gotta send them back. But on the plus side, I was able to find someone on eBay that was selling, I think, 7 of these Sylvania 6-watt LED lights. So it's gonna be basically a perfect match for these, because these lights light up very well. And these actually are made of metal right here. And these El Cheapos right here, they're just made of plastic. So we're gonna get this cabinet functioning 100% correctly. Okay, let me go ahead and grab my step stool and show you what's going on the top side there. Okay, so I went ahead and removed the top panel of this unit right here. There's basically 6 Allen head bolts that hold the top panel in place, so it's been totally removed. And this is what we're working with. So you got all the wires for the MR16 lights for these 6 2-inch recessed lights. So I think we're gonna go ahead and keep the wiring here. And all these wires go over here to this distribution block right here. And I think this is like a distribution panel. I don't think this is a transformer. So I'm probably gonna keep this to keep it kind of like OEM. Okay, so the fluorescent bulb right here, I asked the lady what the situation with this top cabinet light is, and she said basically this thing just quit all of a sudden. So if this thing was like flickering and whatnot, you'd basically want to replace the bulb. But however, right down below the distribution block, you got this transformer. And I was reading on the Oakley forums that these transformers, they're known to go out. So instead of trying to find an inferior replacement for this transformer right there, what we're gonna do is go ahead, probably remove this system right here. So this fixture and this transformer. And then we're gonna go ahead and focus on the wiring over here. So let me show you what's going on with the wiring. Okay, so on the back right of the cabinet right here, you got the source wires. So you got some ground points right there, and then you got your distribution block for the 6 recessed LED bulbs. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this. Now right below south of that, see this wire right here, it's connecting to the source as well. So we're gonna go ahead probably and clip the wires as close as I can to this transformer, and we're gonna go ahead and use these wires to attach the new LED fixture. And then this bulb will come out right here as well. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the new LED fixture in the center or if I'm gonna put it closer to the front. I think if I put it closer to the front, it's really gonna light up these letters intensely. Because even if you get low wattage LED fixtures, it's much significantly brighter than these old fluorescent fixtures. So anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the wires right down here as close as I can to the transformer. But make sure if you're working on this thing, make sure it's unplugged. Obviously this one is. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually probably remove this transformer right here. And I'm gonna go ahead, probably remove this fixture as well. I don't want too much excess wires on the top of the cabinet. So, I mean, it's basically a light restoration on this cabinet, not too much. And then we'll go ahead and focus on the bottom area. So let's go ahead and take care of these lights, and I'll show you what's going on the bottom of the cabinet. Okay, went ahead and removed the old ballast and the connectors for the fluorescent bulb that came in the Oakley cabinet. And here's where we're at. Basically got a brand new fixture. This is the LED that's built into it. I think this is an undercounter light. Anyways, I face this thing going forward as opposed to facing this thing upwards because I want the light to focus on these letters right here on the front. I don't care about illuminating the backside letters. So I went ahead, wired up the Romex inside the fixture, bent these tabs back right here, and I was actually able to pre-drill and put a screw attached in the frame of this light fixture into this cabinet right here because there's a step up with that sheet metal right there. And same thing on that side, there's a screw holding it in position. So I got the Romex coming through right here. It's actually on the factory clips on the top of the cabinet for a nice clean installation. Moving on down the line right here, and I've got the connections right there on the main feed. So basically this wire right here on the bottom corner, this is the main feed. So I've got the black connected, the white connected, and the green over to the ground. So the next steps, the testing process, I'm gonna go ahead and jack up this side of the cabinet just so I can get access to the port for the AC plug it in the wall, and fingers crossed that our new LED fixture lights up and that these letters are very visible. So that's what I'm hoping for. So fingers crossed, let's go ahead, prop up this side, plug it in, and see what happens. Okay, got the Oakley display case temporarily propped up, got it plugged into the wall, on and off switch is on. Let me show the lights now. So as you can see, the down lights are working correctly. We're still waiting for those other 2-inch downlights. And I don't know if you can see right here, but the Oakley letters, they're lit up pretty good. It's hard to see because it's kind of daytime. I went ahead and shut the garage door just so we can see a little bit better. Let's take a look inside the cabinet. And there it is. LED fixture is working as it should. I'm pretty happy right here. All right, so now we're successful on connecting the LED fixture. Let's go ahead, take our top cabinet panel and go ahead and reattach it. And then we can go ahead and move this upstairs. And all we need to do is wait for the 2-inch downlights to arrive in the mail, but that can be done real easily later on. So let's go ahead, put this thing back together, unplug it, and move it upstairs to its new resting home. Alrighty, fresh delivery from Amazon. I've been waiting for these things. Now here's the information from Amazon. Basically it's table base levelers, feet base glides, and these are M8 by 1.25 thread pitch. So there's thread pitch by the way. Now all you do is basically just take these in position and turn them to the right. Get them things screwed in. And hand tighten things down. And there you go, snug in position. Let's go ahead and do the other two. And there we have it, brand new feet on the bottom of the unit right there. That's really gonna protect the wood floors. And then here's the old units that we had on the bottom. I believe there's some rubber pieces, but the rubber pieces have broken off over the years. Probably dry rotted and got hard and whatnot. Now these things can really ruin a floor, especially if you have a wood floor like I'm gonna put it in there. So if you're restoring an Oakley cabinet, such as this one, go ahead and tip it on the backside gently and go ahead and check the condition of those sliders. But if they look like that, they're really gonna damage your hardwood floors. So this thing is ready to go ahead and put in position upstairs. All right, special delivery has finally arrived from eBay, specifically Mississippi. These are some downlights. They're the correct version. So I bought these for, I think, $37 plus 11 shipping, but just check out the price right here. $25.99 each. I believe the seller got these things on clearance, but I mean, these are high quality bulbs. I mean, these things are metal construction, made by Sylvania. So, you know, this is good stuff. But anyways, like I said, I got these for $37 for 7 of them plus 11 shipping. So phenomenal deal right there. So let's go ahead and crack these bulbs open and we'll go ahead and put them in the display case. Okay, take a look at the ceiling of the display case. You got the bulbs right here in the center and one on the back right-hand side. These are functioning correctly. So we're gonna go ahead and take 3 new bulbs, put them in position, plug them in, and then we're gonna go ahead and take these metal snap rings right here, which will hold them in place. So fingers crossed, all these 6 bulbs work. So let's go ahead, put the new bulbs in, and we'll see if this thing fires up. Okay, so the 3 new LED downlights are installed in place with the clips plugged in the harness. And one thing I forgot to mention is this translucent panel right here on the bottom. It's actually lighting up. So when I move this thing upstairs, for whatever reason, this thing started lighting up. So this is successful down here, this light. All right, let's go ahead and turn the power on. Fingers crossed, all the lights work. Let's see what happens. Okay, for whatever reason, the far left-hand side lights are not lighting up. And that's the furthest run over to the distribution block. But as you can see, the right-hand side and the center lights are lighting up fine. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and take off the top panel and figure out what's going on with those harnesses and whatnot. So, all right, I went ahead and got my Allen wrenches and removed the top panel using the 6 Allen head screws. This exposes all the lights on top of the cabinet. But anyways, here's the longest run right here, this wire right here. So you got this connector on this MR16 bulb. It flows along here and it connects into this distribution panel. So basically what I did is I unplugged this harness right here going to the furthest light, which wasn't lighting up, and I basically just inserted it into another spot right here. So I don't know if you can see down here, but this distribution block right here has 6 different ports. So basically just kind of unplugged it, plugged it firmly into another port, and basically I did the same approach on the back side of the cabinet. So basically trace this wire on the back side of this new LED fixture, go along the cabinet, into the distribution block, unplugged it, plugged it back into a distribution block port right here, and sure enough, they all light up. So check this out. Okay, there we have it. 6 2-inch LED downlights successfully lighting up the cabinet. And like I said, the translucent panel with the fluorescent fixtures is lighting up as well. And then we got the Oakley letters that are lit up with our new LED fixtures that we installed up there. So there we have it, a light restoration on an Oakley display case, Megatower 3.0 double. Gonna breathe some new life in this thing. It's not gonna be storing sunglasses no more, so this will be my personal collection for some items. Alrighty guys, here's the finished result of the Oakley display cabinet, Megatower 3.0 double. This thing turned out absolutely phenomenal. It didn't need too much for restoration. And I want to thank Abby, the seller, for taking great care of this thing. So Abby, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Anyhow, the cost wasn't too expensive restoring this Oakley display case. Now, some of the parts breakdown include the LED light bar. This was $18. This basically helps illuminate the Oakley letters on the top of the cabinet. And then we got the plastic feet on the bottom. These things were $9. Basically protects the wood floor from getting scratched up from moving this thing. And then we got these metal retaining ring clips for the 2-inch recessed LED downlights. These were $10 for a package of about 10. And last but not least, we got these 2-inch recessed LED downlights made by Sylvania. These are high quality. Came in a pack of 7 for $48. So all the parts needed to do a light restoration on this Oakley cabinet came to $85. The cabinet itself was $300. So for less than $400, you got a phenomenal display cabinet. And as you can see, I've already started to display some of my Lego sets. Land Rover Defender 90, 69 Chevy Camaro, Marsk Freight Ship. And I've got no clue if I'm gonna fill this thing up anytime soon. But I'm already starting to think in the back of my mind if I'm gonna get an Oakley 4.0 cabinet, and that's the newest cabinet. That's basically got a silver frame to it. So if you know anyone selling the Oakley 4.0s, just go ahead and let me know. I'll go ahead and take a look, and who knows, maybe see if that's an option or not. But anyhow, if you guys like this Oakley display case restoration video, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day.